And we are live. Welcome to another episode of the MetaComix podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and I am joined by my wonderful co-hosts. Introduce yourselves. Whoever wants to start.
I'm Josh.
I'm Alec.
I'm Isabell.
And we are?
Something creative that I can't think of at the moment.
We are people who have nothing better to do with their times than sit around talking about comics.
What is there better to do?
I call that living the good life. Before we get into the thick of the show, I just wanted to give everybody a big shout out and a thank you for hitting 100 subs. We're actually like 105 now and continuing to grow. So thanks everybody for checking into the show. Glad everybody's enjoying the content. Keep coming back. We got some really cool stuff coming up. A lot of good stuff going down. So thank you for that. Also, upcoming videos that we do have coming out. So I'll start with you, Alec. I know you got some stuff in the pipeline. You want to start?
I do
giving
have
people
some
an idea.
Pipeline. Within the next couple of weeks, at least, look forward to an Ant-Man related video. I am not going to tell the details at the moment, but it is going to be pretty exciting, and some work is going to go into it. So look forward to that.
Awesome. Josh, what about you?
Okay, like I said before, I finally have everything, for the most part, cleared up. By the end of this week, I should be completely clear, so hopefully next week I'll be able to get my Valiant series started. It's going to be, I already have the name for it and everything, going to call it, the Valiant and the Valorous, play on the Brave and the Bold type thing.
Awesome.
And then just talking about pretty much everything that's going on in the Valiant comic universe and those movies that are going to be that they're working on too.
Sweet. Sounds awesome. What about you, Isabell? You got anything in the pipeline coming up?
What I have coming up is I'm going to review Starfire, and then after that I'm probably going to do like a short video of what I think about the whole Justice League and what I think about the upcoming movies.
Sweet. That's awesome. And as for me, I've got more digging deeper stuff coming, and I'm also in the process of putting together a smaller podcast that's just going to be a roundtable discussion type deal. It's going to be like a half-hour long, and it's just going to focus on one topic. So I'm working on putting some of that stuff together, but that's still a ways away. Mostly digging deeper stuff and comic reviews, so keep looking for that. So, all right. Normally around here we kick things off with a little creative exercise, so to speak. So today I concocted this little game right from my brain, so you know it's probably going to be warped or weird, about casting upcoming superhero movies and then kind of coming up with a basic plot synopsis for how you would do that movie. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start off by naming a movie, and I'm going to pick Isabell first, and she has 3 minutes to cast whatever this movie is and to give me a synopsis of the plot that she would put together for that movie. So I'm going to get my little timer ready here. And all right, now the movie that I'm going to pick for you, Isabell, are you ready for this?
I am ready for this.
I'm going to try to make this as weird as possible. Let me see. Okay. Actually, this isn't going to be that weird, but I am interested to hear what you would have to say about it. Captain Marvel, you now have 3 minutes.
Captain Marvel. Oh my god. Who would I cast?
That's a good question.
Oh my god. I think the hardest is casting. Because you have to get someone that looks somewhat like each other.
Or you can just get someone that's completely different race and that doesn't look anything like them.
Or even better, you could gender bend them. Make it a guy.
No, you don't want to gender bend Captain Marvel. That would defeat the entire purpose of the Captain Marvel.
I'm just saying you can do it.
You know what? I got an idea.
Okay.
Maybe like a little girl, like a random, like obscure little girl playing as like a weird Billy Batson, and The Rock being Shazam.
Wait, she's thinking Shazam, not Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking Captain Marvel from Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel from Marvel.
Oh!
I'm sorry, I forgot about that. I forgot that they are connected in some way like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what's her name? She's in Game of Thrones. What's her name?
I don't know.
Natalie something? No, it's not Natalie.
What's the character
Which one?
she plays?
Cersei or Daenerys?
No,
Arya.
she just became queen. She, I don't know her name, but she looks like her.
The one who
Is
plays
she-
Marjorie? Marjorie?
I think it's Marjorie.
The one from Dorne?
Yes.
Yes, that's Marjorie. I
watch
don't remember
it,
her name.
guys.
Okay.
Okay.
She would be her, and
Natalie
then
Dormer?
yeah, Natalie Dormer. Yeah, that's her name.
Natalie Dormer. Oh, I
Natalie
have her.
Dormer. Okay, Natalie
Yeah, she
Dormer
would be good.
would play Captain Marvel, and I guess how I go about it would be her like going through her training, like military and stuff, and then out of nowhere, who to play the alien? I want like a just to make it funny. Jack Black can play the alien when she gets her superpowers from.
Nice.
Good touch. Good touch.
Just because
Oh.
it's Jack Black.
That would be amazing.
And the entire time, like, she's going to try to learn how to control it because that's how it's supposed to work. And then, I guess in the end, she could just meet up with Captain America and be like, what's up? Let's be friends.
Awesome.
Just like
Just
that.
like that. Just
Just
like
like that.
that.
And he's just like, sure. Why not?
Not-
And
hey,
her
you know-
just fighting,
I really
like-
want to see Jack Black in a Marvel movie.
yes,
I want to
that,
see Jack Black in a Marvel
she
movie.
totally sold me on it right there. I'm like,
Jack Black in
I'll pay to
spandex.
see this. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, there was
That
this
great.
post I saw on Twitter from this one pretty popular Twitter, like superhero Twitter, where they were like Ruby Rose for should be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'm just like, that'd be amazing.
Yes. Ruby Rose for any part of the
I-
cinematic universe.
Anything.
So you finished at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Not bad. Not bad
Yeah.
at all. So now pick a movie and pick one of the guys, and they will cast it and try to give us a good story.
Ooh.
Choices. There's so many coming out over the next like 3 years. It's insane.
Like 22 or something like that.
Oh, dude, it's higher than that. I thought I heard somebody say it was like 39, like between now
Oh
and
my God.
2019. So
I
it's
think
Okay. I got one.
Yeah, 'cause we
I got
don't
one.
have the Valiant ones on that list.
Got one.
sweet.
Alec.
Boom.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Oh, yes.
Go,
Okay.
go.
So the screw Gal Gadot. Nothing against her. I just don't like her. Okay. Does this have to be a realistic thing?
No, dude, just go crazy with it. Do whatever you want.
I said Jack
All right.
Black.
Yeah, for
All
real,
right.
dude.
So I'm going to take that one step further. And who's that woman from Seinfeld?
Which one?
No.
Are you talking about Elaine?
Elaine, yeah.
No.
Oh, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Her, yeah, Dreyfus. Okay, so a younger version of her. Don't get
Oh,
really
okay.
pull her out of the woodwork. And preferably not as New Yorkin. Okay,
Okay.
how I would have it be done is that Wonder Woman is an Amazonian / god. Like Zeus is her father and whatnot. She's from Themyscira, and out of nowhere, Steve Trevor blows in, played by Stephen Amell. Why not? Just give him his break in a movie.
Awesome. Good choice.
Okay.
I can see that.
So then, yada yada stuff happens where she has to go to America. Her mother gives her the outfit. They go to America, and then out of nowhere, crap. Let me think.
You're a minute and a half in, so you still got some time.
Okay, relax, Alec.
Censor yourself.
Cheetah comes out of nowhere. Cheetah being a half god herself. Gonna mix it up a little. She's gonna be the daughter of Ares. Oh no, actually no, screw it. Ares is gonna be there. Ares is gonna be played by. This is gonna make some people mad. Dwayne Wade.
Who? Who?
Dwayne
man.
Wade.
Oh, man.
No, screw it. Shaq.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Shaq is gonna play Ares. They're gonna have this final fight in the middle of California, Man of Steel style. And at the end, Green Lantern shows up, and he's like, "I'm trying to build a team." And then it ends. Closing credit. The end credit scene would be Wonder Woman getting a job at the Daily Planet in Metropolis.
Interesting.
Have you seen Shaq act?
Yeah, I have. That's what
It is the worst thing I've ever seen.
So, Alec, I have to know, are you trying to sink the DC Cinematic Universe?
Why Green Lantern in the end?
I like Green Lantern. If
Green
I was the
Lantern's
director, this
awesome.
is how I would do it.
See,
awesome,
everything
yeah.
else was weird, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. The Shaq one is the only thing that I'm just like, what is wrong with you?
Well, I'm just
You
thinking
smoked
like,
before you came on this podcast, Alec.
This is a family-friendly podcast, Mike. Of course I did.
So you two finished right at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's crazy.
Boom.
Woo!
There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna roll by. I actually had this one planned out, so I'm gonna go ahead with Josh.
All right, Josh,
You're
you're
going
up.
to be casting and directing March 23rd, 2018's The Flash.
Go.
Oh, shocker on that one.
I try to be creative with it.
Of course, I want Grant Gustin. I'm terrible with directors. I don't know very many directors' names at all, so I'm
You're
not.
the director of the movie. You're the
You're the director.
Okay, whatever. I would have Grant Gustin as the Flash, and I would want a Rogues movie where it's Flash is already established. You know, all his villains are already established, and they're teaming up to, of course, take out the Flash. So I want to see I want to see Mirror Master, the classic Rogues, Mirror Master, Captain Cold, Trickster, Heatwave, and then I want to see a couple of the lesser-known ones like Girder, and I just want them all to. There's in the Jeff Johns run, there's a run where they pretty much just take over the city and they systematically knock out all of Flash's friends. And I would love to see that on film. I don't think it would ever happen because that seems like a whole lot of work and a whole lot of like a really long movie because they'd have to explain pretty much a lot of stuff. But that would be amazing.
Who would you cast for the Rogues?
Yeah, that's where I was going. Yep.
Okay, pretty much. I want Captain Cold to stay the same.
Okay.
Mirror whatever his name is from the show. Mirror Master. Ooh, who do I want to be Mirror Master?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I think Ezra Miller could do Mirror Master.
Ezra Miller.
Like instead of being Flash, I think he could be Mirror Master. He has the same kind of build as Mirror Master.
You mean like?
I want Heatwave to be the same. Glider, I don't want her to be the same. I would like Glider to be a young Jessica Alba, like how she was in the Dark Angel show, because she was amazing in that. Not so good in Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
but
totally agree.
And then let's see, who else?
Weather
Wizard. Weather Wizard. I would like. I'm trying to think of. Because I want someone Mexican. I'm trying to think of someone Mexican with like a lot of like scruff.
George Lopez.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. I mean,
There you go.
Machete kills the wizard.
Dude, so I mean,
There you go. That would be perfect. And then for Girder, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
awesome, dude. You hit right at the 3-minute mark, but you had a lot more casting to do than.
Yeah.
Dude, how about Mickey Rourke?
For what? For which part?
For Weather Wizard. He's the guy from Thor 2.
Not Thor 2, Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2, that's what I meant. He played Whiplash.
See, do you all know who Girder is?
Yeah, he was in the show.
Yeah.
Only in the comics he looks like a giant hulking mess of metal.
Yeah. Yeah, I meant like from the comics.
Yeah,
Girder.
there he is.
Because that's why I picked Danny DeVito, because he's so small. So I would love to
Danny
see a
DeVito.
really tiny Girder. That would be hilarious.
With a high voice. Alrighty. Spin it up, Josh.
Yep. Which one are you throwing my way?
You are getting Black Panther. I thought about it first because I knew I was gonna get Mike, so I was like, Mike, you're gonna get Black Panther.
Sweet. All right, so for me, Black Panther, I would pick Kevin Hart.
Really?
Nice.
He's hilarious. I love him, and he's short like me, so that makes me feel better about myself. I would like to have a short version of Black Panther to show the short people could still rock. All right, we could still kick. We could do this. We could throw down. I, of course, would obviously have some Avengers characters in there, and I would leave them cast exactly as they are because I feel like they are pretty much perfect in that casting already. So the basic storyline would be, and I'm not real familiar with a lot of Black Panther's villains, so I mean I'm used to him being in like the Avengers or whatever. So I'm just going to use random Marvel villains.
The only villain I know of his is Claw.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll have Claw and Doctor Doom form a team together with Venom and Carnage. I don't know why. That's just the two first things that popped in my mind. Don't ask.
All right.
And then I would have them trying to get back into Wakanda to get the supply of vibranium. But the thing is, Black Panther was already one step ahead of them and had the vibranium moved to a secret location. I don't know how he moved a mountain, but he did it. And along with that, while he's doing all this, instead of just fighting them, like he starts out battling them, and he's getting all tore up, and some of the Avengers try to help, but they're not really able to do much because this is his movie, not their movie. He just starts doing a stand-up comedy routine right in the middle of this movie, and starts making them laugh literally to death.
Oh my gosh.
And then what happens is, since he literally killed these guys, the Avengers are like, hey, you can't do that. So then they all start a civil war. And this will be like the sequel to Civil War with Captain America. And he tries to do the laughing thing, but Captain America never cracks a joke, so that doesn't work with him anyway. And then along comes Peter Quill, who decides to go toe-to-toe with him in a dance battle and win.
Hell yes.
And we end the movie with Black Panther kind of just retiring into a mental ward after having danced against Star-Lord. And that's my movie.
I'm just thinking about that, like, there could be a scene in the movie where Captain America's like, my shield is kind of dry. You mind if I borrow some vibranium? And then Black Panther just be like, well, the way Wakanda's set up, I got a checkings and a savings, right? For anyone who doesn't know, that's a joke from Kevin Hart's.
Oh man, yes, that was really ate up. So that's what happened.
Okay, now let's do this thing. Let's do this. Isabell.
Yes.
Out of all the movies that were just discussed, which one would you watch? Opening day.
IMAX 3D. It's $18 a ticket.
Okay, IMAX 3D. I would watch because it sounds like it'd just be a mess of a movie, and it sounds hilarious. But part of me wants to go with The Flash because it's The Flash, so I'm torn between the two. But if it's an IMAX, I feel like I'd get more money out of IMAX with Black Panther.
All I heard was...
Okay, hold on. Why would you want to see anything good in 3D, is my question.
Because it's 3D.
Or added effect.
Wait, hold on. Was it filmed with 3D
Yes.
Yes,
cameras?
filmed.
Okay.
Filmed. Yeah, because the whole conversion thing is dumb. It never looks very good when they
That's
shoot
why
it in
I
2D
don't.
and convert
That's why I
it.
don't watch movies in 3D.
How about you, Josh? Which one would you watch out of everyone's? Not including yours.
Okay. I was like,
Obvious choice, The Flash.
I don't know. This is hard. Well, Alex, yours is out because I will never pay to see the Shaq ad.
Damn it!
I think that sunk your movie, dude.
Gosh. I think I'm gonna have to go with Black Panther.
2 for Black Panther.
All
So
right.
what you're saying is I have a future with Marvel. Marvel, I'm available. I can start on a draft of this immediately.
Maybe not with Black Panther, but maybe for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or 4.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Once nobody cares anymore.
What movie would you pick? Would you watch opening day? Out of all of them, not including yours.
Well, I can tell you it definitely wouldn't be Shaq. So
Everyone's hating on Shaq.
Yeah, I watched
Give
Steel.
him a chance.
I watched
Yes,
Steel.
yeah.
That was bad. My money is going with Isabell's because I love Jack Black. I really do. I love that guy, and I would love to see him be in a Marvel movie. So as soon as she said Jack Black, I'm like, even though I'm not like a huge fan of Captain Marvel, I'll go watch this. I mean, I'll watch
Jack
it.
Black for the win.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like it's Jack Black. Come on, it's Nacho Libre. Hello, most underrated movie of all time.
That's a funny movie.
That is a
I
really
mean,
funny
come on.
movie.
I have Danny DeVito and Machete in mind. Come on.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but it's not Jack Black, man. Not Jack Black.
All right. So
Not Jack Black.
What about you, Alec?
I'm thinking because I don't want Mike to win. So
Well, he already.
no, not if I vote for Isabell. Then it's 2-2.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, I'm gonna have to go with you, Josh. So Mike still wins.
Mine was the only one that was actually serious too, for the most part.
It's true.
Danny DeVito and whatever his name, Trejo, in a movie together. That's not very serious, my man.
Dude, if I have to,
That's like for the most part.
if I'm trying to be serious, I actually have to sit down and think. Like, I'm naturally goofy. I'm
Yeah, right
naturally
after
goofy,
minutes.
so it's like for me that's easy.
Yeah.
Like
I
for
just
Wonder
imagine-
Woman, I have that down on who I want and everyone in that.
You see, I figured you would. That's why I didn't pick that one.
Yeah, and I definitely did not. So thank you.
Yeah, that worked out well. Yeah.
See, and I was expecting to get like Thor or something random like that. Wonder Woman hadn't even crossed my mind. I forgot that was even a thing.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, guys, what did you think of this little exercise? Which one of these movies would you drop money to go see? Would it be Josh's The Flash? He's gonna campaign for it right now. Do your best politician, man.
I'm gonna go ahead. Oh,
And
yeah,
the
that's
one-
nice.
Okay, it's not Shaq.
God damn it!
Hey, that is the simplest campaign slogan ever, and it works. So you have Josh's The Flash.
Let's hope Let's hope Shaq never watches one of our podcasts now.
Yeah, he definitely won't be your fan. You have Isabel's Captain Marvel. You have Alec's really horrible Wonder Woman casting.
Come on, guys. Come on.
It's awful.
Shaq.
It's gonna be a cult. It's gonna have a cult following, guys.
Awful
Okay,
movie.
That's
that may be
debatable.
not until 20 years after the fact.
Listen, have you ever heard the term sleeper hit?
Not in connection with
It's gonna be
Shaq.
the new troll.
Touche.
It's gonna be the new troll too.
It could be like one of those things that are so bad it's good.
No.
Yeah, like Troll 2.
Give me some kind of credit, guys.
You put Shaq in your movie.
I'll give you points for wacky. I can't give you credit for awesome, but I can give you credits for wacky.
What if
You get a gold star for trying.
we have Stephen Amell in it? Come on.
Dude, there's
Else
nothing
to
that can save something with Shaq in it, no matter how awesome the rest of it is.
Mhm.
It's done. You are DOA with that one.
Like, you had me, but as soon as you said Shaq, I was like, no.
Yeah, it was like, all right, it's getting good, it's
Just-
getting good.
And then
just-
Shaq.
Should have just went with your gut, man. Shaq was your second choice. Should have just went with your gut.
You know what? How about LeBron James? What if LeBron James was shot?
It's too late now. It's too
Yeah.
late
You
now.
already said it.
It's done, man.
But wait, I do have a question.
I have an answer.
Alec, what do you mean you don't like Gal Gadot?
no,
However you
I
say
said
her name.
nothing personal against her. Nothing. I just personally wouldn't cast her.
Wow, dude, I think she looks great in the costume.
I'm not saying she doesn't.
I haven't
I'm
actually
saying
seen her
someone
acting
else
at all,
may
though,
be
so
able
I don't know.
to pull off the role better.
Her acting
I haven't
isn't
seen her
super
acting.
awesome,
Oh,
but
you know who I should have cast as Wonder Woman?
Who?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes!
God,
I could see that. She looks right for that, and she's
I miss
obviously
my
a good
chance.
actress. So yeah.
I think she was a little bit older. She needs a little bit more age, but other than that,
Yeah.
she's perfect.
Or Angelina Jolie.
No.
That's a little too old, man.
A little
I
too
love
old.
Angelina Jolie, but not
If you're doing old Wonder Woman or whatever, kind of like the old man Logan version, sure. But
How about Sophia Grace, whatever her name, Vicarius.
I can never pronounce her last name, and I
The
butcher
woman who speaks weird.
it. She's with she was in the movie with Reese Witherspoon, that really awful comedy.
Bombed. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Sophia
saying Reese Witherspoon
Vargas,
and awful,
or-
not narrowing it down much.
Yeah, that's true.
The Spanish chick.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I
was
don't
not
think she has
well,
the
yeah.
acting chops for that.
We talking crap about actors.
Okay, so anyway, after we're done dogging my movie, what's next?
Well, we are going to segue into talking about some of the news that's come out over the last, basically 24 hours, which has been nonstop. So, got a lot of good stuff to talk about, but primarily the thing we're going to focus on is, of course, the Spider-Man casting that we finally got after, I don't even know how long we've been waiting for this.
And guys, hold on. Before we move on, I just want to say, I can't believe it's not Butterfield.
I knew you were going to do it. I was going to do it, too.
Right?
Oh.
Well,
So yes,
But anyway.
we have our Spider-Man, and he is
He is?
Tom Holland, not Asa Butterfield. Tom Holland.
Thank God.
So-
Not a 20-year-old, 5-year-old.
Tom Holland was technically he was my third choice, but Charlie Rowe got out of the running before that, so I knew that it was between him and Plummer. So Plummer was my first choice, but I'm okay with Holland.
I wanted what's his name from Teen Wolf.
Dylan O'Brien.
Cool.
Dylan O'Brien, yeah.
I did not
Dylan
want
O'Brien
Dylan
would have done
O'Brien.
a good job with it.
I feel like he would have.
I didn't
Or
want Dylan
Josh
O'Brien.
Hutcherson.
You know why I didn't want Dylan O'Brien?
What's that?
Because everybody wanted Dylan O'Brien, and I'm that guy.
Well, so do you, Mike.
Yeah, I'm
He's
that
the one that
guy.
was rooting for Asa Butterfield.
Mm. Wait, Donald Glover for Spider-Man. Just saying.
I don't know who
Oh
any
my
of these
God.
people are.
He wasn't in the running, but just saying.
Oh yeah, wasn't that?
No.
Isn't that? What's his name? The one hip hop artist.
What?
Never mind. Continue.
Donald Glover was on Community, and he's Childish Gambino.
Childish
rapper.
Gambino. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I understand what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm not sounding stupid. You guys
There
just
you
misheard me. Score one for Alec.
So I have to say that I'm pretty pleased with who they picked. I thought Asa Butterfield had the young look going on, but he's 6 feet tall. That just looks weird to look baby faced and 6 feet tall. So
I did not know he was 6 feet tall.
yeah, he was way taller than RDJ, and some people say that's why they didn't choose him, was because he was so tall that he was bigger than the rest of the cast, and except for Chris Evans, and so it was hard to be believable that he was a teenager, and it just wouldn't have worked. So they went with Tom Holland, which apparently he also screen tested with RDJ and Chris Evans in Atlanta on the set of Civil War and frickin' blew everybody away. So it was kind of like, well, he's the right size, he looks the right age, and he just blew everybody away. That's our Spider-Man. And, as if that's not cool enough, he just got the call today. He needs to report to the Atlanta set for Civil War. It's been 100% confirmed he is in Civil War. Something we all kind of figured, but
Yeah.
he's going there to shoot right now.
Yeah, they said it's just going to be there for about a week, though, doing a cameo. He's just going to have a cameo appearance
Let it
in
happen.
Civil War.
Let it happen.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because there's just no way they could do it the comic way with the direction they're taking with a young Peter Parker anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
It would have been cool if they found a way to interpret, to get it in.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
what they've been really looking for is relatively unknown actors. They even the director who they got on for the solo Spider-Man movie is relatively unknown. So I mean, I don't really know too much about Tom Holland, but I can say that he does look the part.
He's a natural gymnast too. He's a really highly trained gymnast, and he was showing
nice.
some videos online of how he can move and stuff. And I'm like, that's Spider-Man.
See, now my only problem
I
is
saw those pictures.
my only problem with this is I hope he doesn't go the Amazing Spider-Man route, where Andrew Garfield played an amazing Spider-Man, but he wasn't a Peter Parker. I hope that they can finally interpret the characters differently.
There's no way that they can get this kid to look like a cool, suave Peter Parker. No way. This dude is natural-looking nerd, and that is perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, Alec, you also have to remember Marvel's going to have some say in it. Like they have their prime, like Spider-Man writers, like all helping because they have 1 or 2 people on the board for Spider-Man. I can't remember. I don't remember exactly who it is, but but at the same time, that one person is working with a bunch of other Spider-Man writers.
Now it makes me feel a little more comfortable just because it's a big development crew behind it, so they have to do the character justice. But the fact that Marvel is doing it still kind of worries me because I mean, like, in the cinematic universe, there are pretty much no characters that have an alter ego, except for the Hulk, and his movies have done horrible. So,
well,
I mean,
the thing is though is basically how this deal is really working is Sony's the money, and they have some creative input, but they're more so like almost like consultants for their own movie, while Marvel is the one actually producing it. So you have Marvel who's actually kind of on the boots on the ground with the creative team, and they're working very hands-on with Sony. But Sony told Kevin Feige, and I saw this in a news story today, hey, we love how your guys' movies feel and how they flow and all those things. We want you to do that for us. So they're giving a pretty big chunk of control over to Marvel as far as the creative aspect goes. As far as heroes that, not having a whole lot of heroes with the whole secret identity thing, we're going to see that start to change, though, because of the stuff they're doing in TV. Like, obviously now we have Daredevil, who has his alter ego. Matt Murdock is separate from Daredevil. And we're getting ready to have all the Defenders, and I'm sure they're going to keep that going, plus Spider-Man. So I think going into Civil War and then going out of that movie, you're going to see a lot more of that kind of thing pop up. And right after Civil War in 2017 is when the Spider-Man movie is going to come out. So I don't think it's going to be that strange seeing all the like alter egos, secret identity thing at that point, because you're already going to have that well established by the time that movie comes out. But one thing that Kevin Feige said that interested me was they asked him, okay, so are there going to be Avengers characters in the solo Spider-Man movie, or just Marvel characters in general? He said the contract does allow for that to happen. And, I mean, come on, they give it away in the title. He's Spider-Man, the New Avenger. Obviously he's going to have some connections. Better than the last one, Spectacular Spider-Man. Jeez, how many freaking words can we throw in front of that to try to,
Ultimate, Spectacular, Amazing, Radical, all
so
new, all
cheesy. It's like,
different.
it's so 1950s, man. Like, let's just get over it.
Was it Amazing or Spectacular first?
Amazing.
Amazing Spider-Man?
Amazing Spider-Man is the original Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yep.
So many
Stemming from
Spider-Man
Amazing
movies, though.
Fantasy.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
history lesson,
exactly
yeah.
it. So I'm really interested to see how that's going to work out, because they're going to. The deal is for them to be able to do that. And with them making him the new Avenger, the reason they're making him a new Avenger is because when Infinity Wars comes out, he's going to lead his own Avengers team. That's where they're going to have him. I'm almost positive that's
Hopefully,
the direction they're
street
going to
level.
take. Yeah, it's going to be like the.
Well, yeah. By that time, the main cast of Avengers are all going to be out of movies, or only have 1 or 2 movies left.
Yeah.
Right. So
Sadly.
they're setting up the long haul here, because with Holland being 19 and looking like he's 15, he's got a long career as Spider-Man if he sticks with it. And I think he's going to give us the definitive Spider-Man.
I hope to God so.
Did y'all know that Chris Pratt has a contract for like 9 movies, I think?
I did not know that, but it makes me really
That is
happy.
insane. I'm pretty sure, I think it's either 6 or 9.
But the thing with those contracts...
Whatever.
Yeah, the thing with those contracts, though, is if he appears in a movie for 5 seconds, that counts as one of those movies on the contract.
Yeah, but I'm still just like, what movies are they gonna have him in? Like,
Infinity Wars
that's
Part
gonna
1,
be
2.
Yeah, but he's in both the Infinity Wars.
I can think of 4 movies right now, and I'm just like, he still has 5 more after that.
Couldn't he be in the... Which Avenger movie is it? Hold up, give me a minute. The Infinity War, can he be in that since it involves the gauntlet?
Yeah, he is. He's in
that
both, I think.
That was 2 of the movies that I was counting.
Two of those, and then you got 2 more Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he will probably cameo in somebody's movie. I don't know.
Another
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm just like, who would he cameo in?
He would work great in a Spider-Man movie.
Captain Marvel? She has to do it in
Yeah.
outer space.
Like
Yeah.
I can see him in Captain Marvel, but pretty much nothing else.
How about the Inhumans?
Because like unless they brought in the Sam Alexander Nova, then I could see him coming into Spider-Man.
Yeah, I could definitely see him working with Spider-Man. I think those two characters would work well together too.
Who would you cast as Sam Alexander?
Some Mexican kid.
Why'd you gotta? What's up with you, man?
He's
Mexican
a Mexican kid. He's a young Mexican kid.
What?
Dylan O'Brien.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Or Josh Hutcherson. But neither of them are Mexican, apparently, Josh. So.
I could see Dylan O'Brien as playing Sam Alexander, a little bit older Sam Alexander, but I could see him rocking it.
Someone who's like a snarky, like.
Yeah, I could see his attitude. Like I could see him playing that character, but he really should be somebody who's a little bit younger.
Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. No
Tweet him right
Looney
now.
Smith people in this, all right?
I'm tweeting him.
They're going loony.
I think Jason would be a pretty good Static Shock.
He wouldn't be a good Static Shock.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be a good at anything. You know,
I
he'd be,
think he'd just give him a chance for Static Shock.
He's not a bad actor.
yeah,
He's
he is.
not. He's just a weird. He's weird. He's not
No,
a
he's
bad actor though.
He's a bad actor.
These days they just call it quirky.
Oh, he's a quirkily bad actor.
He's just an odd person. Like, have you?
Yeah, he's
seen
weird
his-
all around, dude. Have you seen his
He
Twitter?
is weird, but he knows what he's doing when it comes to acting, though. Not like really, really well, but good enough.
The last movie I've seen with him is After Earth, and that movie was terrible.
I haven't seen that movie. I just heard it was a bad movie in
It's
general.
so bad, dude. It's so horrible. He this whole movie. He does like a fake English accent, and it's just disgusting.
Hmm.
Like I'm not sure why Americans in the future speak with English accents. Bad English accents.
Here's an interesting question. We know that Tom Holland is on his way down to Atlanta to shoot his cameo for the movie Civil War. That means he has no time whatsoever to get in any kind of shape. And we know Spider-Man's not bulky, but he is, toned and in good shape. Yeah.
He's skinny.
So, what do you think this suit's going to look like on him? Do you think this is going to look weird, and do you think there's going to be a big difference between how he looks in this one as opposed to how he looks in his solo movie, which he's got like time to kind of...
Oh, there's definitely going to be some change between the two movies.
Well, yeah, but remember, his first costume is not going to be like a nice, tight, clean costume.
Well, the way that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is working right now is that they're saying right now there is a kid running around in a spider costume.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's
He has a
probably going to
whole
be
costume.
like something
It's not
that's.
going to be nice, tight, and like hugging his muscles. It's going to be some homemade, sloppy, decent-looking thing that conceals his identity, and that's all he needs right now.
I don't know. For me, it'd be cool to like see him in like something that's like blue, not blue spandex, but like something that's tight but not too tight for like blue pants.
Yeah.
Some like red Converse, a hoodie, and something covering his face. That's how I see him.
Now, have you guys
That has a
read?
spider in the front.
Have you guys read the Ultimate Spider-Man issue 1?
Yeah, several times. I have it.
Back in the day. I want them to do something like that, where it's like a little baggy on him.
Yeah.
He means like something that he'll grow into, so to speak.
Well, we should within a month. We should at least see him. We should
Some
at least
set
see
photos or something.
some kind of costume. Maybe not an official picture in costume, but we should at least see a leaked picture.
Oh, I'm sure. It'll
People
probably be
leaking
in a week or
pictures.
two. It probably won't even be a month.
I hate leaks, dude. I hate leaks
People who
so
are going
much.
to try to be sneaking on there onto the set to get those pictures because they know how much money it'll net them.
And all the security is going to be like, this is not Batman versus, or this isn't Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Can't be doing that.
See,
exactly.
that's oh my gosh! You just reminded me so much because that's so annoying. How Batman vs Superman is coming out before Suicide Squad, and we know
everything
nothing
about
about that
Suicide
movie,
Squad.
but we know everything in Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
quite
now-
obnoxious.
Here's another question for you guys. Tom Holland Spider-Man. Anti or pro registration?
I thought he was pro registration.
He was a little of both.
Yeah,
he
but
was pro registration at first.
He
whole,
switches side in the comics, but seeing as how this is a cameo, I'm going to say
Yeah.
he's probably going to be anti-registration from the get-go. He's a high schooler. He's got, he's trying to keep a low profile. He doesn't want anybody to know who he is. I think that he's going to be young enough that something like that would terrify him, and
Yeah.
so I don't think he'll go that direction.
I was going the same way.
That's about the only way they can really work that out. I mean,
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, unless Iron Man is just like, Scarlet Spider costume.
You that?
Truly.
That would be amazing if they did Scarlet Spider.
Just right off the bat, just be like, try this costume out, kid. It's a little better.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty excited about it. The more that I'm finding out, what their direction is for this and what their direction is for the future of the character, the better it seems to me. It seems like Sony kind of learned their lesson that they suck at making Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
So they actually got the input of, hey, look, Marvel, they can't seem to do anything wrong really. So let's bring them over here, and it's going to work out for them because they need a big save. Their whole company is just not doing well, especially
Honestly,
the movie division. It's doing horrible.
Their games are doing pretty well.
What was it?
Their games.
Yeah, but I'm talking about their film division. Just that by itself is like.
They don't really have a film division, do they?
Not really. That's the biggest franchise they have is Spider-Man. So,
And how many tries have they tried with Spider-Man? 5? Was it 5 movies for Spider-Man?
Yeah.
And only 2 of them were good.
Yeah, 2 of them were good. Which I just watched Spider-Man 2 with my daughter last night. And that was pretty cool.
I like it.
Spider-Man 1.
5 Spider-Man movies, 3 spin-off movies planned.
Yeah. Didn't they have an Aunt May movie or something like that?
2 more Spider-Man movies too.
They had a lot.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We're gonna make a Spider-Verse. And then the movie bombed, and they're just like, never mind.
Nah, we're changing our mind. Change of plans, guys.
Never.
Like they had Sinister Six, they had the female Spidey, they had the Venom movie, and then they had
Black
whatever
Cat movie.
other Spider-Man movies.
Well, let's face it. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was nothing but a big trailer for the Sinister Six. I mean, that's what it was. The whole movie was set up for Sinister Six. That's never even going to happen now.
They had so much potential with that, with Amazing Spider-Man. Like it wasn't terrible. It was pretty decent, and they could have easily fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
But then they were like, "Oh, look, we have all these villains. Look at them. Look at them all."
So many villains that we don't even know what to do with them.
Just like Spider-Man 3. Didn't they learn their lesson?
It pissed me off so much.
Spider-Man 3 was just an awful movie.
Well, in general, yeah, but I mean,
like emo Peter Parker and his little dance moves? Come on, man.
It made me uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, Alec, break it down, dude. Do it.
God, that was terrible.
No, my favorite scene from that movie is whenever he's in that jazz club and like the pianist starts playing and it just like zooms into his mouth and he's like, now do this. And he just starts snapping.
Oh gosh.
Like, stop it, Tobey
Good
Maguire.
idea. I mean, how many people did that scene go through before?
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me nobody once thought,
right.
hey?
And then Eric Foreman came back from his trip to Africa, blonde, and decided to be a journalist. And then all of a sudden he's Venom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just like, come on. He went from smoking weed in his basement to being Venom.
Okay, so me and my best friend at the time that this movie came out, we're huge Spider-Man fans. He loved this movie. I don't understand why. I was like, we walked out of the theater, so we went to the theater seeing it. I'm like, that was the worst movie I have seen in a long time, which, of course, now, years later, there's been plenty of worse movies, but this one's still pretty bad. He's
still up there.
Yeah, still up there. He's like, what? I thought it was awesome, blah, blah, blah. When it comes out on DVD, we watch it, and he's like, I don't really think that was as good as I remembered. I'm like, watch it one more time. He watched it again, and he's like, dude, I am so sorry that I ever said that was good. I don't know what I was thinking. 3 watches into it, that is, what the hell is up with the dancing? Why the dancing?
Why the emo Peter?
That whole middle part of the movie just could have been done without.
There was so much crying.
Yeah,
so much crying.
There's always a lot of crying when Tobey Maguire's around there,
Yeah. I was like maybe 13 years old whenever this movie came out. And I walked out of that movie saying, see, this is what happens when you cast Tobey Maguire. This is what happens.
Yeah,
I know
Tobey Maguire's that guy. He's that guy who can cry on command, like, Toby, cry. And it just happens. And it's like the most awful crying face you've ever seen. Look at all the memes that have been made from that crying face.
Good point.
Disgusting. His face is all scrunched up and stuff.
Do you remember that part at the end of Spider-Man 2 when he's trying to stop the train?
Yeah.
That face.
He's like,
gosh!
He doesn't know how to control his facial expressions.
It's like he's having a seizure. Just his face. His face muscles are just having a seizure, and it's so weird and awkward. I'm just like watching it last night. And I'm like, why, man?
Okay, so
Why?
like maybe a month ago, I was watching Spider-Man 1 with a friend, and anyone who has the DVD can check this out. There's a scene in the final fight with him and Green Goblin where Green Goblin just uppercuts him, and he lands on the floor, and he's just like, oh!
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, dude.
I was like, what the heck? What the heck was that?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Drives me nuts every time I watch that scene.
No, my favorite line, I change it, from any Spider-Man movie is whenever Venom grabs Mary Jane, and he's like, my spider sense is tingling, if you know what I'm talking about.
That was
Oh,
just
yeah.
wrong.
I hope it was wrong.
I hate it when movies make those like really inappropriate jokes and they just don't work. Like it's not like any kind of funny at all. It's just creepy. Like, have you seen
For
the
that
like?
one-
Did you see the new Ninja Turtles?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Yeah.
my shell's
I
tightening.
have
The
a
shell
They
contact.
made a joke about when they see April, they're like, "Oh, my shell's getting smaller,"
Yep, my
or something
shell's
like that. And I
tightening.
was just like, "Oh my god!" Like it's like interspecies like jokes, and I was just like, "God, is so creepy."
Have you ever seen the original Howard the Duck movie? That first Howard the Duck movie?
Yep.
Talk about
No.
inappropriate
We're not
bestiality,
talking
man.
about ducks again.
That will make, yeah. We won't have that discussion again. You have
I
to
don't
watch
remember
last
that
week's.
discussion.
That's because you weren't here, man. This was during last week's podcast. You
Nice
just-
to know you watched the whole podcast. Gosh,
You know, I was traveling in space with TARDIS. I couldn't make
Sure
it.
you were.
Alec doesn't
Yeah.
care about MetaComix when he's not here.
What are you talking
Apparently,
about, man? I'm gonna get a tattoo on my face.
right across,
Get
right
on your
across the
forehead.
forehead.
No, man, right across my eyes. So I'll be like, everything I see is MetaComix.
Ah.
You get MetaComix. So that way, when you can just close your eyes.
Awesome.
Free advertising. But anyway, moving on from the Spider-Man news.
We are going to talk a little Green Lantern, which is going to be right up Alec's alley because he is a huge, huge,
Did
we're
he
talking
put on another
obscenely
ring?
huge
Yeah.
Green Lantern fan. So,
He's like, yeah.
as he puts on the rings. So the news here is, well, it's a rumor as of right now. There's a lot of rumors out today. This one focuses on the idea of them doing like a Green Lantern Corps kind of movie. And one of the rumors that I read was that they were going to make a movie with 3 of the major Green Lantern characters. Like there's several from Earth. There's a bunch. But there was like 3 that they were looking at putting in this one movie. So, yeah.
Would it be the main
Yes.
ones?
It's
Or
gonna
would it be like...
They would put, of course, Hal Jordan, John
Yeah,
Stewart,
he's one of them.
and to everyone's dismay, Guy Gardner.
No!
It is not everyone's dismay. I love Guy Gardner.
Why do
Josh,
you like
Josh.
guys?
Josh, you're fired. Get off.
Okay.
Guy is awful.
One of my first experiences with comics was Justice League International, and he was part of that. And yes, he is a complete tool, but
It's a lot of things.
he
It's a
has
lot
a
of
heart of
things.
gold. He means well. He's
you
just an
talking about?
idiot.
What are you
No.
talking about?
He has no heart.
Yes,
None.
he does.
That's why he's a Red
Like,
Lantern, right?
He wants to be a hero. He
Yeah,
said
but-
he comes off. He's like, oh no, I'm like this. He's just like, I'm a badass. But he wants to be a hero. He wants to save lives. He's just a tool.
You want to know
Like-
the one thing that I like Guy Gardner in?
What?
Booster Gold Volume 1. I like Gardner in that. Why? Because he wasn't Guy Gardner. He was a little wimp. And then Booster Gold talked to him and turned him into the Guy Gardner that we know.
Oh, so wait, you read that? Oh, it's
Oh,
pretty
I
great,
love
right?
that.
Did you like it? Did you like that?
Oh, I love it, dude. So great. But anyway, that's beside the point. What
So
do you guys think
what do
about
you guys-
this news?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
I would love it if they did not put Guy in it.
If they just like replace him with
I think Guy
Power.
Gardner would be great in a cinematic universe because I think he would be in such contrast to everybody else that he would be interesting to have.
You know what? It's one thing for the audience to hate Guy Gardner, but it's another thing when they even write the characters to be hating on Guy Gardner.
Yeah, for real. Thank you. Exactly. No one likes Guy Gardner. No one.
Nobody. You're like the only exception to someone liking Guy. The only time I liked Guy is when he was helping Kara out with her like red anger rage stuff.
Did you read
And
the
that
new?
was only
Did you
because
read
he was a Red
the
Lantern.
new stuff? Like the beginning, with Guy Gardner, how it tells about like when he got his ring and everything.
Yeah. Still. Who
Don't
cares?
like him.
Like
He
that
has
is
the
what,
least
that
interesting
right there is part of what made me love him so much more. Like
No.
it's like
Like, what you call it? My problem with Guy Gardner is that they have the audacity to say that he's just as strong as Hal Jordan. They're like, well, the only reason Hal Jordan got the ring was because he was closer. Like, no, screw that shit.
It would have
Guy Gardner
gone to
sucks.
find him. It doesn't matter if it's close or not.
Like, Guy Gardner.
well, yeah, it does.
You know,
Because they're not. He's not stronger. They're equal.
yeah, screw that.
Hey, let me
Um,
let me tell you
but
how
he-
bad Guy Gardner really is. Guy Gardner is so bad, I know nothing about him, and I don't like him.
Thank you, Mike. Boom.
There it goes.
I think Guy Gardner is awesome. But
Okay.
whatever.
No.
Anyway,
He's my second favorite Green Lantern. Kyle Rayner's the best Green Lantern.
So
Just
why
saying.
So you would agree then that they should put Kyle Rayner in the movie as opposed to Guy Gardner?
Yeah.
Would you agree
I
with that?
would like Hal Jordan. No, I wouldn't. No, actually, I wouldn't like Hal Jordan. I would like John Stewart, Kyle
wrong
Rayner,
with you?
and Guy Gardner.
I'm trying to get
I
your thought process right now, man.
Hold on.
Did you
Hold
just
on.
pick up Hal Jordan?
Let me explain. If we're gonna have a group movie with Green Lanterns, those are the three I want. If it's gonna be a solo movie, I want Hal Jordan. But if it's gonna be a group movie, I want those three.
Yeah,
But
hello?
you picked out the main.
Arkham Asylum? Yeah, I think one of your inmates escaped.
No, what it is, let me tell you what it is. Josh is one of those guys. He's got to be the cool rebel. Oh, everybody else hates Guy Gardner. I love Guy Gardner. I can
Because
get
it's
a
exactly
tattooed
how
on
Guy
my...
Gardner is.
Exactly.
Okay. One of my there is one part where Batman punches Guy Gardner, takes one punch to knock him out, and it's so funny because Batman doesn't like Guy Gardner as a person.
No one likes Gardner as a
But
person.
he knows that Guy Gardner is a hero as much as he hates him. It's the same thing with Booster Gold. Batman.
Booster Gold
Everyone
is
doesn't.
different.
No one likes Booster Gold, but Booster Gold is a good ass hero.
No, that's
I love
different though, because Booster
Booster
Gold is the best hero you never heard of.
Mhm.
Guy Gardner, everyone's heard of, and everyone hates him.
Yes, but all the heroes still hate Booster. Everyone's heard of Booster Gold.
Yeah,
they just
but
hate
does Guy Gardner have his own time-traveling adventure full
Nope.
of witty dialogue and fun
no,
character
because nobody
development?
writes him.
No, he
Nobody
does
writes
not.
him well enough.
Actually, let's move this one step closer. Does Guy Gardner have any character development?
Ooh!
Yes. Yes.
You know, I was a cop on the force, but I got my badge revoked. I saved my brother once, and I got a Green Lantern ring. And now I'm a Red Lantern because I'm angry. That's it. That's the story in a nutshell. Everyone who's
Well,
wondering
no,
who
he's
Guy
not a
Gardner
Red
is, that's
Lantern
it.
because he's angry. Well, that's how he got it the first time. But he's a He became a Red Lantern because Hal Jordan was like, "Hey, you were a Red Lantern once. They'll trust you. Go
But no,
go
and
in there
and
and
then
be my spy."
then he backstabbed Hal Jordan and became the leader of the Corps.
Yeah.
See, every time he tried to
He
defend
wasn't
him,
really backstabbing him. He was just kind of like, well, if you want to, no, it was not backstabbing him. He was like, if you want me to do it, I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it my way. It's not backstabbing him. It's saying he's doing it his way.
let's just
'Cause
hope
he's a
to
tool.
God that they do not let him have a leather jacket Green Lantern construct.
Oh God. I don't even know
Yes.
why he has a leather jacket in his construct.
No
Everyone
one knows.
else's construct is awesome. Similar, looks all right, and the freaking guy comes in, he's like, I got a jacket. I'm better than all you.
Yeah, and, like the weird thing is that he has constructed tight pants on himself too. So it's a baggy ass leather
Yeah.
jacket with tight pants.
I will agree that is a little bit weird. But I mean,
And
you have
a
Kyle
really
Rayner.
stupid haircut.
You have Kyle Rayner with his weird mask.
And it's okay. Kyle Rayner's cool though.
Mm-hmm.
People like Kyle Rayner. No one likes Guy Gardner.
People like Guy Gardner too, just not that many people.
All right, all two of
I
them.
got it. Why don't we have a movie where it's Hal Jordan, the John Stewart, and Kyle Is it Rayner?
Yeah, it's Rayner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus Guy Gardner.
And they all
They
kill him.
whoop
And
his-
then
And the whole thing is
they
just
kill
like
him
a
within
2-hour
5 minutes, and then the next 2-hour movie is just.
yeah, it's just a 2-hour beatdown of Guy Gardner.
I'd watch that. I'd watch
watch
that
it.
indeed.
I'll write the script.
And just to push it one further, cast Shia LaBeouf as Guy Gardner because no one likes him either. Just double beat down.
Oh man. Oh, there's gonna be so
Actually,
many.
I think he could do. I think he could do Guy Gardner.
I think he could just die in one.
Guy Gardner would just be like, just do it!
Yeah, just do it. You gotta do the little hand motion, the little diamond thing.
Do it!
Just do it. Go for your dreams. Just do it. Man, that video was hilarious.
I haven't
You
seen
know-
the video, but I've seen gifs of it.
Yeah, you need to see it.
Changed my mind. I completely changed my mind. If they have Guy Gardner being there for emotional support in the movie, and Shia LaBeouf is casting him, I'm like, say Hal Jordan just does not believe in himself. He just goes to Oa, and then he's like, Guy, I don't know if I can do it. And Guy's just like, do it, just go, do it.
I'd
watch
pay
that
to see
movie.
that. I'd pay
I'd
to see
watch
that,
that movie. But I mean, like, okay, so getting back to like the real discussion, I think the idea of an ensemble Green Lantern movie is a good one.
I'd watch it.
Would you like it? Would you prefer that as opposed to like a solo Green Lantern movie?
I prefer solo Green Lantern movie over the group one.
Why's that?
I don't know. I feel like they can get more of a story out of just one. When it's like if it's three of them, then you
Yeah.
have to split it up.
Yeah, the thing is, it's really confusing for mainstream audiences because like you have first of all, they're just like assuming that you know everything about all three of the lanterns unless like they're actually going to do an hour discussion on each one of them.
Mhm.
And like the weird thing is it was Hal Jordan who got hurt, and then Guy Gardner got his ring. And then Guy Gardner got hurt, Hal Jordan got better, and then Jon Stewart was supposed to be a replacement for them.
Mhm.
What I feel like they should do is, okay, that would be a good premise, that happened. But in the second movie, how about we bring Parallax in? And have like Hal Jordan be Parallax, and then they introduce Kyle Rayner that way. As the one
That
person
actually
to
sounds
stop
pretty cool.
Parallax. Yeah, exactly.
But don't they want to still use him for like Justice League? So he can't be
No.
Parallax unless they like expel Parallax from him.
Well, I mean, for the second Green Lantern movie after the Justice League movie.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that was my question: is if they're going to do this group movie, which one of these guys is going to be in the Justice League then?
Definitely.
No,
Hal
it's gonna be
Jordan.
Hal.
Hal
Definitely
Jordan? Yeah, I just wasn't sure how they were planning to work that.
Not a
But
shot of a doubt.
how far away is the Green Lantern movie? I don't remember. Is it like
2020.
2020? Gosh,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
forever.
It's the latest movie down the line, just because they want to separate it from that Ryan Reynolds movie as much as possible.
I can't blame him. I can't blame him.
Can't blame him either. And hopefully they do not CGI the masks this time.
I don't even
Oh.
understand why they CGI'd it. It's just a simple whoop. It's on.
Yeah.
Like people were complaining about the suit, and I'm just like, the suit I can understand because the suit's supposed to be made out of energy and stuff, but the mask is too. But the mask just looks dumb
Looks
CGI.
really out of right. And I mean, like, come on, let's get some creative. Like, I could understand. Like, another reason why I can understand they're not doing Kyle Rayner is because Kyle Rayner does some really creative constructs, being an artist.
Yeah.
And so they might not have the budget to do all those. But like, I mean, a Hot Wheels car in the first in Grand Lantern number one, they can do better than that. I mean, I hope with Jon Stewart,
At least they made fun of that themselves.
Yeah,
Good
it's
point.
They
true.
made fun of that themselves in the movie.
Yeah, I know, but like, it can't be one of those like, oh, we make a joke about it, so it's funny and it's okay thing. Like, no, it's still
Yeah.
not okay. It's still
I
stupid.
want to
as
see
heck.
Jon Stewart. That would be amazing if they had
The
Jon
only,
Stewart.
the only reason why I would like this ensemble movie, or the reason on top of all, is that I want to see Chris Pine play Hal Jordan, but I also don't want to count out Tyrese Gibson as Jon Stewart. So I think this would be a good middle point for that, seeing both of them,
Yeah.
I can see that.
and it's a good jumping on point for the Green Lantern fandom, because I mean, like,
You know what?
Green Lantern is ensemble comic book. So it
They're
would make
just gonna
sense to
skip
do
all
the
of
same.
those Green Lanterns, and it's just gonna be Simon Baz.
That's what they should do. I would not mind that whatsoever, dude. Actually, make him a character.
I'm not a fan of him. I'm neutral to him right now. Still, he's just kind of there. I'm still warming up to him a little bit.
Josh, you're grounded.
What? Because I don't like him and I don't hate him.
Because you're disobeying with everything I say.
Yeah, see, he was so about to say, I would totally love that. Then you said, yeah, I like that. And he was like, yeah, I don't really.
No.
I don't want to be lumped in with Alec.
He's the cool one on the podcast, obviously. I can't be related to him
like
at all.
I can't agree with him. I can't agree with him on anything.
It was one thing, dude. It was one time. It was one time.
So there's some more good DC news. I guess you could say it's good. It's not been confirmed. It's another rumor, which is that the Batman solo movie is supposed to be directed by Ben Affleck. Now, this isn't like something that's brand new necessarily as a rumor. I mean, that's kind of something that's been floating around. Like, I wonder if that was part of his contract or whatever. Like a lot of people speculated that it would be. I, for one, would think that is awesome because Ben Affleck can direct the hell out of a movie. So I think he would do a great job with that. I'm still on the fence about his performance as Batman. My inclination is he's going to do good, but I don't know that for sure. As far as directing, though, I think that's like awesome. I hope that that's true. I hope he does actually direct the solo Batman movie because I think it would have a lot more depth than some of the previous ones have had, and they've had some pretty good depth to them. But I don't know. I just think he would really knock it out of the park.
I'm kind of scared for him because of this, because I mean, like, this Batman is going to be compared to the Christopher Nolan Batman, and now, like, he's compared to what's his name, the other guy, Christian Bale. Sorry, he's being compared by Christian Bale right now, and now if he's going to direct it, he's going to be compared to Christopher Nolan. So I mean, like,
either way, he's going to get attacked.
It's going to be a lot of stress for him starring and directing the next big
completely
movie.
different style movies.
True. I just want to know what direction he'll take it in.
Well, I'm thinking about it like this, in that with Christopher Nolan, it was a lot of explosions, a bunch of big fights, big things, whereas I think like it's more focused on like, oh yeah, Batman's a badass. Whereas I feel like with Affleck, he's more of like an indie director kind of thing. So I think he will definitely go more of the dark, sneaky Batman, like doing the detective work and stuff like that. I feel like he'll definitely do a lot more like grounded things rather than do a bunch of crazy big explosions and stuff. Have like a bunch of have all that crazy stuff happening. I think it'll be a lot more grounded.
Now, I feel like if they're going to adapt a comic book for this, the best thing for Ben Affleck's taste would be the Court of Owls.
That would be really cool if they did it live action.
Really subtle, a story, not a lot of giant set pieces.
I really like the Court of Owls too.
But won't they have to introduce Damian?
Well, they don't have to because he's not really a big part in the story. He's just there in the tie-ins and stuff.
Yeah.
Like in the movie, he's a good part, but in the comic, he's not. You can do without him. He is a good part, but you can still do without him.
You can do that without.
It'd be nice to have Damian, though. I like Damian.
Well, I mean, the solo Batman movie should be a story where they introduce the Bat family.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like,
who would they cast as Nightwing is my question.
There's one dude who's trying to get people to like sign his petition to be him, and like he said that his goal from birth is to play Nightwing in live action. And I mean, like, he's done some fan films.
I know who can play him.
Dylan O'Brien.
No.
That's been the go-to answer to that.
Danny Shepard.
Nick Bates.
Nick Jonas.
That's what I say.
Nick Jonas. Oh man. You're trying to make
the guy who played Nightwing. There's this guy who did a Nightwing miniseries.
That's great. The guy. That's the guy who wants to be Nightwing. But I say that Jaden Smith should be Nightwing.
No! Jaden Smith should go nowhere near Nightwing.
Have y'all seen that? The fan film thing for Nightwing?
I've seen the one with him versus Red Hood.
I haven't seen it. I need to watch it.
It's great.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
It is
it's like
it is awesome.
It's like 3 7-minute episodes or something. It's really good.
They might not do Nightwing just because they have that thing with CW or not CW. It's gonna be TNT, I believe, with the Titan series. Where, like they're not gonna use the same characters and stuff like that. So they could be like, oh, where's Dick Grayson? Oh, he's in Bloodhaven.
Yeah, but they could make a lot more money with having Nightwing on a movie than they could having him on a TV show.
Rather than having Tim Drake.
Yeah, they could put Tim Drake on the TV show and it would be fine.
Yeah, it would be fine.
And bring Nightwing into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of history with Batman. So
well, the thing is, with the Court of Owls, Nightwing plays a big role.
Yeah,
that's true. He does.
One of the talents is like directly related to him, and like they. One thing that I my personal gripe with the Court of Owls is how they explained his surname, Grayson. It was like, he's the Gray Son of Gotham.
Yeah,
that was
a
little weird.
That stuff.
Yeah,
it's like Odin's son.
Yeah,
like
it's so obvious.
But like, it's a big part in the story with the big plot twist where Batman finds Dick's DNA in one of the fingernails of the victims of Talon.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they have to do that. But no, I feel like Ben Affleck definitely does have the directing skills to pull off a Batman film. But like you said, yeah, it's gonna be something pretty small, more relative to Batman's stealth than it is his actual like fighting prowess and stuff like that.
Well, and
like
he's
a character-driven story.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's a very character-oriented director. Like, that's what his focus is.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you guys saw Argo, but that movie was awesome. And he did such a great job with that movie. So it's like, having seen that, I definitely know that this would probably be the most serious treatment of Batman as a character. Like, you know, Christopher Nolan's was really good, but I think this would be like a little bit deeper into kind of what makes him tick. Like, is there really a difference between Bruce Wayne and Batman, or is there really only Batman
or
and
like
Bruce Wayne?
Who's the alter ego?
Yeah, I think they would go. I think he would do that better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would do that exploration a lot better.
So,
well, I mean, if you read the comics, it's very clear that Bruce Wayne's the alter ego.
Yeah.
I mean, like in the Dark Knight Returns Part 1, I think it was Commissioner Gordon who was talking to Bruce Wayne about what he does whenever he's Bruce Wayne. Like, oh, you remember at parties whenever you would wear blankets around your stomach to make you look fat, and drinking ginger ale and pretending it's champagne and act like a drunk fool and stuff like that. Like, yeah, so obviously he's the alter ego. But I mean, I want to see Ben Affleck not do a comic book story and like do his own story with Batman.
Yeah.
Hopefully not involving the horrendous Joker.
I don't know because Ben Affleck is a pretty big comic guy.
Yeah, I know.
Like he likes comic books. He's a pretty fan of them and stuff.
Oh, you know what would be a good story to introduce the Bat family in? The Killing Joke.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so anyway, yeah. So 2 really good pieces of news and 1 not so good. Guy Gardner being in Green Lantern, but you know what?
Hey, it's all gravy, man.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's time to dig in.
Because you said that, I hope they cast Shaq as Jon Stewart because he said that.
You know what? I hope they do too.
You know what? Don't wish
too.
that. Don't wish that.
Don't even joke about that, Josh.
You're gonna get Alec all excited, and then it's not gonna happen, and it's gonna be like that kid who thought he was getting a puppy on Christmas and woke up and he got socks. I mean, you know.
I feel like it'd be the other way around. Like it'd be a kid looking forward to getting socks and disappointed they got a puppy.
No.
That kid would be locked away in a mental ward.
They should make a Booster Gold movie. I'm just throwing that out.
That would be amazing. Oh! No, I want a Booster Gold TV show.
Yes, that would be
cool.
way better. Sorry. So, quick shout out to Josh. Thank you, Josh, for changing my perspective on who Booster Gold is.
Awesome.
But anyway, yeah. So, let me do this. So, that's enough talking about the DC cinematic universe. How about we talk about a character who just recently joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe and one of his most iconic and epic stories? Mike?
We already talked about Spider-Man.
Oh
I'm
no, no.
definitely talking about Daredevil.
Daredevil. Yes. We are going to do what we call the book of the month this week. Instead of doing individual picks for what we've been reading comic-wise, we all read the Man Without Fear, one of Daredevil's best runs, in my opinion, made by Frank Miller, who is obviously the guy behind the Dark Knight Returns, one of my other favorite story arcs. Just so happens to have Batman, obviously. So I'm a big fan of Frank Miller's work. I like a lot of his writing. Not a big fan of his artwork necessarily, but because he does do some artwork and stuff, but it's pretty bad. But the writing is awesome. So we're going to talk about The Man Without Fear, and this is what the Netflix series was largely inspired by. A lot of the elements that were in this particular run made their way into the Netflix series, which is absolutely amazing. If you haven't watched this yet, you're either dead or you're not all up in your head. So either way, I'm sorry. So yeah. So what do you guys think? Is this anybody's first time reading this?
Yes.
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 This was
So
like
everybody's
Except for
fighting.
Mike.
Yeah. Am I like the only Daredevil guy? I mean,
No, you're the only one
This
old
is
enough to
my first
read whenever this thing came out.
Daredevil.
it's true.
This was my first experience with Daredevil comics. I've seen the movie and I've seen the show, but that was it.
Was it a good experience for you, Josh?
It was fantastic. Like I was a little iffy at first, honestly, when I first the first half of the first issue, I was a little iffy. I was just like, I'm not really feeling it. The art wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't it's not terrible or anything, and it grows on you. Except I really don't like how Elektra looks.
Oh, me
Other than
either.
that-
Yeah.
Me either.
Other than that, it was fine.
That was one of my gripes.
Yeah, but pretty much after the first issue, it was all great to me. I really liked how it was like a third person point of view. It wasn't Matt's thoughts. It
I
was
kept on looking for the narrator.
it was like narrator.
Yeah. I thought Stick was the narrator for the first issue. Until I realized that Stick is inside the comic. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what would you say your guys' favorite thing about this run is? Just so
See, I knew I should have taken notes because I'm really bad at remembering things.
All right. Well, then I'll just start it off then. All right. No, How about Mike start off, Mr. MetaComix?
Okay, I will start off then. This is one of the few comic runs I would actually like. I couldn't live without it. Like, it's one of those few that I can honestly say that about it. And what I like the most about this is the overall tone that this whole story sets up. I mean, it's very dark and gritty, and even though, like we were saying, the artwork's not all that great, it does after a while grow on you, and it sets the tone really well for the story that they're trying to tell. I'm a fan of dark and gritty to a point, and I think this is just the right amount of that dark and gritty, but it's so different from everything else that Marvel did at that time period, really, and really what they do today. So I like that. It was kind of fresh, but I really like how you get a feel for Matt Murdock as a person. You understand exactly why he does what he does, who he is, and this is really rare because a third-person comic, we're not getting his thoughts, yet the way the narrator is describing things and how he's thinking and feeling, it just really, really gives you insight into his character, and I love that. And I love how you get to see him as a kid. Like, they spend a lot of time with him as a kid.
Oh, yeah, like the first 2 issues out of a 5-issue run.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, I loved that. I loved that you got to see a real origin story that wasn't boring you to tears, like... So I love that about this. And, of course, I like the dynamic between Matt and Elektra. I thought that was really interesting, how they were very similar but so different at the same time.
So different, dude.
Yeah. And, I mean, she's just freaking... That whole scene...
That's crazy.
Yeah, when
In
she
the alley?
when she just, like, takes off all, her clothes or whatever, and you're like... the first time you read this, you're like, what's going on here?
She murders the hell out of them.
Yeah, then you see, like, she snaps a dude's, neck with her knee. I'm like, oh, wow.
Elektra's
she's
mom.
nuts.
That's how she
I
does
mean,
it.
And
That's
then
one
she
of my gripes.
stabs them with her foot and hand.
Yeah.
Like, she just goes right through them, and I'm just like, that That's gross.
But think how much strength she has to have in order to do that, because just
But
simply.
now her foot's covered in blood, and now she puts it back in her shoe, and I'm just like, now
At
you
least
just
wipe
walk
off the blood.
That's one of my
And she
my
had a
personal-
white coat, so like think
yeah,
of like
yeah,
she got
exactly.
blood
That's
all
what I was
over the
thinking of
thing.
too. Like with not just with this run, but with like Miller in general, he doesn't really know how to write female characters. So I mean, like, I did like the dynamic that they had together, but it was just like I feel like he kind of dropped the ball at the end, and especially because she did not appear again after that.
Yeah, that was weird. She was just like, oh yeah, don't talk to her, she's bad. And then he
Okay.
was just like, no, I'm gonna talk to her anyways. Oh, she's leaving.
Oh well,
Exactly.
I like her. And I love Elektra, like how they had her. It's just like, yes, she's all for Matt, but at the same time, she's like, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah, exactly. She is crazy. It's just,
Yeah.
Elektra's
She's off
like
the
the
rails.
best.
she's no Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah.
Anyways, she hears voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not the good kind.
I really loved the scene right after the next scene from right after she leaves, where it's the whole criminals over here talking and stuff, and then the leader tells everyone to leave. He's like, "No, we're criminals, not monsters." And then he's like, "Good job. Oh, thanks, friend, for massaging me." Then you see the hands on his head, and he's like, "Yeah, that's what I like." Crack.
Yeah.
Like,
Kingpin.
That was so
really,
sad
like,
though.
as soon as the hands touch the head, I'm just like, that guy's
It's
dead.
over. Yeah, but this is not going to end well.
But I liked him though. Like he was a nice criminal, if that makes sense.
A nice criminal, yeah. Yeah, it makes total sense.
But Kingpin had to
That's
come in
what
and
he
be like,
got.
You're done for the day. I'm sorry. I take
Yeah.
over now. Get
Yeah,
out
you
the
can
scene.
punch out. You can punch out.
Yeah, see, I want to know how that would actually work. Like, oh, I killed him, I'm taking his position now? Or was he, already the successor? But he called him his nameless friend, so I'm just like, did he even know his name, or was that just what he called him?
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Like don't you think if someone kills your boss, you'd kill him?
Yeah,
I'll be scared of it.
That's...
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. People are afraid. Like, well, look, this guy just did this on his own.
And also, he's 400 pounds of pure muscle. So, there's that.
Sure.
Yeah,
he just
so
pushed the guy's head with his hands. I don't want to mess with that guy. I don't know about you guys.
Oh,
Okay.
another thing. One thing that actually kind of bothered me was when you have Matt Murdock going when he goes and finds the when he goes into the Hell's Kitchen for the first time again, since he was a kid, you see him snap his walking stick, but then he doesn't do anything with it. He just snaps it, and then he doesn't throw it at, the next frame. It's not in his hands. It's not flying at anybody or anything. He's just kicking people, and I'm just like, well, what'd you do with your stick, and why'd you break it?
He's got really frustrated.
That's probably a question that Matt Murdock got
He does that in
asked
the
a
show
lot.
too. He just throws his walking stick away, and I'm just like,
That's
how
money,
many of those?
guy. That costs money.
Yeah, exactly.
What I really liked is the retold origin. I'm not sure if this is the retold origin, if this is the original, and the movies and the TV show just retold the origin. But I never got this origin before. Well, I mean, everyone knows the origin of Daredevil. His father, battling Jack Murdock, got killed by gangsters because he failed to throw a fight. But this was more in detailed about it. It was more the origin of Matt whenever he was a child, where his father really did not want him to be anything like him.
This was more of the origin of how the devil got in Matt Murdock. That's what it was. Because
I feel like it's still the same origin, just told a little bit differently and a little more in depth. It's the same story, just a little bit more.
Well, what I like is how they describe why he became a lawyer in the first place, because he got punched in school and he punched a kid back, and he ran home and told his dad about it, and his dad backhanded him saying, I don't want you anywhere, I don't want you to do that, I don't want you to be like me. And then he ran away after that, and he thought about it. He's like, well, rules are there for a reason, and someone has to uphold these rules, and if you don't uphold the rules, you're going to get punished. And so he started studying law because of that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Isabell, how familiar were you with Daredevil before this? Did you read any of the comics before this run, or?
all I knew from it was the movies and the TV shows.
So one really bad thing, one really good thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
I
so
really love how because the show was based off. You can really tell that the show is based off this, especially in
Oh,
that
yeah.
one scene, where Stick is talking to that one big guy whose name I can't remember. Wait,
yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name.
that scene, it's literally exactly like how it is in the show.
I mean,
It's
the show, yeah.
That one frame looks perfectly how they do it in the show, and I'm just like, dang, they just took this, and put it up there.
Although I will say I like the training that they did in the show with Stick better than the comic.
I like that they show him shooting with the bow in this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I also like that he doesn't see the world on fire and all that stupid stuff.
Well, they do show you how he sees the world. How he sees the world, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's easier to understand because, in the show, it was I don't really understand how you do this. I just know that you do this. And here, it's like seeing in thick fog. You can't see it, but if there's movement, you could see. If someone waves their hand in fog, you can see the fog moving and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And how Stick makes him feel the air around him. He's like, oh, there's one wall closer to you. How close is the other wall to your right? He's like, well, I can't.
Yeah,
feel
but
anything.
I feel like what they got, where they might have gotten the world on fire thing, was how you have all the red frame, the solid, the red frames where it's only red and white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have those at the end of the books and stuff, and then or at the beginning too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that might have had something to do with the world on fire thing, because that's what that reminded me of when I saw that.
Yeah, I just want Daredevil to be blind. I don't want him to see anything.
Yeah,
But
I really like
what
how
makes
it's
him cool,
Yeah, exactly. No,
you can kind of somewhat see, but not really.
No, what I want him to do is what I assumed Daredevil did was draw a picture in his head of how everything looks, but just that he has some kind of sight. It's kind of And
I think of it like
I like how it is in this, where it's a skill. It's not a superhuman ability or anything like that.
Stick said, everybody could do this, but most people are just too distracted by their sight. They don't let their other senses evolve.
Yeah, I really like that. I don't like it when they change it and be like, no, he's superhuman, and I'm just like, no.
And all this crap, yeah. But one thing that I read, and I'm really mad that they left out of the show, is Mickey.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they could use her in future seasons, though. I mean, they could still...
Well, I mean, the thing with her though is that she's just like Robin in Dark Knight Rises, or Jake, whatever his name is.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, where there was no kind of character development. She's like, hey, this girl has problems. She punches things. Help her out. And that was it.
Well, I mean, yeah, she was the same basic character.
Mm-hmm. Literally, she wasn't a psychic or anything like that. She just got kidnapped, and then Matt was just like, oh, I gotta save him. I gotta save her.
Because Matt has magic powers.
Yeah, no, but I did whenever Matt goes to her house and her dad is on the phone with the people about the ransom. He's like, well, I live in Hell's Kitchen, and I know not to do that, but I'm not going to interfere with you. I'm just going to follow you until the meetup point, and I'll handle your business for you. I like that he's street smart. He's not stupid.
My thing is, and Isabel, I don't know, have you ever read The Dark Knight Returns?
The Dark Knight Returns?
Yeah, by Frank Miller. It's by the same guy who did this.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
Part one.
Carrie Kelly. Yeah, Carrie Kelly.
I love her.
You know, the #1 Batman story ever.
Yeah. Do you think that Frank Miller struggles writing female characters?
He can use some work on it. It's just it's not hard to write female characters, and I don't get why people can't seem to do it.
Exactly.
It's how do I explain it?
I don't know.
Just write a guy, but it's a girl.
Just write a guy, but it's a girl.
She just happens to have female parts. That's it. That's how you should write
I
someone.
could see some things wrong with that.
Well, I don't know. I don't feel like it's hard to write a female character.
No, I just mess with you. Yeah, it's not hard at all. It's just like Frank Miller. He's
Like,
not
his
a
stories
writer's
are
head.
awesome.
No, it's either hit or miss. Have you heard of Dark Knight Returns Part 2?
No.
Anybody?
No, because that did not happen.
Yeah.
That does not exist. That
It's
is
bad.
not a real
Bad.
thing.
It is disgusting. It is disgusting. Or like where's that one? What's that one comic where he writes Batman trapping Robin inside like a cave or whatever to survive, and then like some guy asks him who he thinks he is, and he's like, "I'm the goddamn Batman."
I have no idea.
What?
No, my bad. No. That wasn't Frank Miller. That was what's his name?
Was that Alan Moore?
No, it was the comic book guy, the fat guy, Kevin
Smith.
Smith. Yeah,
Was it Kevin Smith?
yeah, it was a Kevin Smith book. Kevin Smith and Alan Moore. But yeah, okay, so anyway, forget about that. But yeah, he's
I'm trying. Okay, I read both Kevin Smiths. I'm trying to remember which one that happens in.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
the
read Kevin
goddamn
Smith
Batman.
too.
Just Google "I'm the goddamn Batman" and you'll find out.
I'm the goddamn Batman.
I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now because I have to know.
I don't know.
But yeah, so
First thing that pops up in my search bar.
of course, just try "I'm the goddamn" and then it'll come up.
Yeah, it does. It's like the
I see
first
it.
thing that pops up.
I see it. Hold up. It says.
It is Frank Miller, I think.
What is it?
It says, in response to Miller's blathering digital illustrator. Oh wait, no wait, that's not it. I don't know. Hold up, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, it's from All Star Batman and Robin issue number 2, and that was Frank Miller.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
boom.
I was like, that does not. I was like, that's because I've read both because Kevin Smith only has 2 Batman books, though, Wedding Geyer and something else.
Okay, so yeah, I was right. But like
He's really harsh in this panel to Robin. I mean, really harsh.
yeah.
I mean, it's insane.
You want to know my favorite scene that ever happened with Damian?
What's that?
It's one that happens in Injustice where Catwoman chews him the hell out. That was fantastic.
What happened?
She's like, you know what? All the other Robins, like, she's like, she's pretty much like, even Jason Todd, you know, that murderous Red Hood guy, even he was good for Batman. You're not, and you're his own son. And I'm just like, damn.
Go Catwoman.
I can't imagine it being anything harsher than this, though. What are you, dense? Are you retarded or something?
Well,
Who the hell
I
do
mean,
you think I am?
that happens in Injustice, and in Injustice, Damian killed Nightwing. You know, Batman's first son.
Right.
It was by accident, though. I don't know
Well,
why.
if he wasn't such a little shit, it wouldn't have happened to begin.
I understand that. Like, Damien being a little butt-faced, it wouldn't have happened. But it was still an accident.
He's a little shit who cannot handle not getting his way.
And you know what? That's exactly why I love him.
Let's just hope that.
That's why I hate him.
I'm
He
a
doesn't
huge
learn.
Damian Wayne fan. I love it.
He doesn't learn.
But I feel like sooner or later he's gonna learn. I believe in
But
Damien.
it's already later.
But you see, the thing is, we've already had Dick Grayson. We've already had the awesome Robin. We've already had several really good
we
Robins.
already had Damian too when it was Jason. Jason died though.
Because people didn't like
Damien
it.
died.
Damien died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
but we
Jason
didn't
didn't come back with
Jason back as
superpowers.
Robin ever again. Jason died for how many years before he came back? Like
He was one of
10,
the big
15?
three they don't bring back.
I know Barry Allen was like #1 for the longest deaths,
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he was gone a long time.
Mm-hmm. But
Anyway, back to Daredevil. Back to Daredevil. what we were
horrible segue.
actually, we're talking about there is just how at times it seems like Frank Miller struggles a little bit with writing female characters, which, I mean, in this story arc there wasn't that many female characters, so that didn't really show a whole lot. And, Elektra being crazy, that didn't really require a whole lot of, depth or whatever, but still, he seems to nail everything else. So
Yeah, really.
my thing here too, though, was I read this before I watched the TV series. I saw it, like way before the series came out. So I already was going into this like, okay, now this show's got a lot to live up to because this was one of my favorite story arcs from Marvel. Period. It's just awesome. Watching the show and seeing how much they took from it, I was really, really amazed, especially giving some depth to Kingpin. I thought that the actor that got to play Kingpin, who I can't pronounce his name, Vincent D'Onofrio or D'Onofrio. Not going to try to say it anymore.
Definitely D'Onofrio.
Yeah. He did a fantastic job, and I thought it was a very, very good representation of kind of dark, twisted Kingpin.
I kind of felt like some kind of social anxiety vibe off of him. Like,
in the beginning, yes.
Awkward.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, but towards the end, he was more like, "You want to go? You want to go?" And that's how my.
Yeah.
No, just his speech patterns like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how to handle the situation correctly." But
when he was trying to pick up what's her name?
Oh, yeah, what's her name? Yeah.
He tried. It was cute.
That was painful. That was painful.
Yeah. I don't really ever do this, but you wanna go out to dinner with me?
So Alec, when are you signing up to do the Daredevil animated series as the Kingpin? Because that was pretty close. It was pretty close Kingpin there.
Dude, I'll sign a contract right now.
We'll call
Isabell, what was your overall thought of this, Isabell? Since this is like, this is a pretty big story arc. What did you think? Were you impressed?
I liked it. I actually rather enjoyed it. Like, in the beginning, I was like, okay, you got to get into this. You got to get into it. So I started reading it, and I'm just like, it takes me a while to get into books. Like, if you don't catch me in the beginning, I'm going to start getting bored.
Yeah. Oh, no, it caught me in the beginning really hard, dude. Like, it just hooked me.
So it's just like, after a few panels, like, okay, I see where it's going. My favorite part was, I think, when someone crashed on Elektra playing the piano, and someone just boom.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, I'm going to keep playing. I don't care about anyone else. I'm going to just keep doing
it.
Which is, your first clue that the elevator doesn't go to the top floor. So, geez, she is a little off the rails here, fellas. She's got something going on.
So I hope they do Elektra like this in the TV show. That would be a sight.
Yes, that would be awesome.
As long as she looks completely different.
Yeah.
I feel like she'd be Greek,
Yeah, that's what she's supposed to be.
She is.
Well, yeah, but I don't know who they see as someone playing her. I don't know.
Who's that girl from Seinfeld?
No.
No.
Let's get Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner. Give her another chance.
No.
Jennifer Lawrence.
No.
We're not going for the geriatric version of Elektra here.
Okay. How about
Betty White?
I'm sold. Betty White. Somebody get her on the phone right now.
Hold on. Let's be honest here. Betty White would be a much better Wonder Woman than Elektra.
What?
Yes, I can see it. Who wouldn't want to see that outfit? Let's get the skippiest Wonder Woman outfit possible.
I mean, what about?
I don't know. Just thinking about Betty White in that costume get me a little.
Let's keep this PG, guys. Let's keep this PG.
Has it got your spider sense tingling? If you know what I mean.
Cold shower as soon as this is over.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I feel so dirty.
I think I'm going to take a shower.
Yeah. I'm just going to curl up in the fetal position.
Everyone has to go take a shower now just because of the thinking about that.
I keep scrubbing, but the dirty's not coming off.
It's not working.
Try using soap. Oh.
That's how you get rid of the dirt.
My bad.
Now, what if because the Punisher's going to be in season 2 as well. What if because they find a familiar way of dealing with the bad guys, the Punisher and Elektra kind of get along, if you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, I've got an idea that you just kind of inspired that with that. I
inspire a lot of things, but continue.
Yeah. You inspire me to greatness, man. I'll say that. So basically, you've got Daredevil, who in season 1 struggled really hard with not wanting to kill Kingpin. Like, I mean, he just really wanted to, he
Well, he
wanted
couldn't
to.
anyway if he tried.
Yeah. But he struggled with the morality of that decision, thinking, if I kill him, then I can stop him forever. There's no more problems. So he's already kind of like made up his mind that that's not the right thing to do, that he doesn't want to go that direction. But then along comes Punisher.
I don't care.
Yeah, now, I think at first, of course, Daredevil's going to be like, you shouldn't do this. But I think deep down he's going to start to wonder, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm doing this wrong, because these people that he's taken out aren't coming back, and they're not causing any more trouble.
Another scene from The Man Without Fear that I'm ashamed, I regret that they didn't put inside the TV show, is whenever he's going after all the guys who killed his father, and he's going in a frenzy in the one brothel, and he knocks the girl out the window and kills her.
Oh, yeah. And then doesn't he think he sees her later?
Yeah,
he's kind of haunted by it.
He reminds himself of it all the time.
Yeah, he constantly thinks about it. So I mean, like, I feel like if they would have put that in the show, he wouldn't have to question himself whether or not killing is the right way to go.
But see, that's why they didn't put it in there, and I'm glad they didn't, because I like the struggle.
I think Punisher's going to turn over a new leaf.
What?
He's like, I'm totally just messing with you, dude.
That would be hilarious.
No, I think he's gonna be in conflict with the Punisher, but also in conflict with himself. But then if they bring Elektra in this and they play it like they did in the comic, I think there is the potential for seeing the Punisher start to kind of open up to Elektra.
Oh yeah.
And they could easily pull something where like that kind of makes Matt jealous after he kind of has gotten to know her.
Well, I mean, like he kind of knows her already because they dated in college.
Yeah. So I mean, they could play up that a little bit, but it's not really Frank Castle style to give a crap. So
yeah, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, not anymore. I mean, it's like when his family died, that part of him died too, and they never ever explore that ever in the comic books after that. So I mean, it's kind of like they probably.
What if the Punisher cheats on his wife or whatever, his girlfriend with Elektra? I don't know. I'm just shipping people here at this point. But now, so Elektra, I hear you like size. Want to get a good size of this?
Oh,
something like that.
So this episode is going to be rated NC-17. Do not allow your children and small dogs to be present while this is playing.
The only small dog is listening to me right now.
And that's probably why your dog has some issues, pal.
She looks sad.
Yeah, see, I would do.
All my animals are outside my room.
That's probably for the better.
It is. Because they start crying. They're just like, I want to go outside now.
Your dog's looking sad, man, because we were talking about naked Betty White. I mean,
She's like, no.
I was talking about Betty White in Wonder Woman costume.
Yeah, but we all know that's where your thought went next, man.
Yeah.
It's the next logical conclusion.
We all know what Mike thinks about now, guys.
No comment. No comment.
You could say we're digging deeper.
I'm so glad. There's so many innuendos I can go off with that one, but I won't.
Oh my god.
You had to. Really, you really had to do that.
Why?
I'm just glad you guys can't see the shrine to Betty White I have off to my left. That would be awkward. Oh man, we're 8 up.
Well, that was.
Hey Mike, do you have the list of books next to you for the next book of the month?
I do not.
Okay.
What is the next book of the month? Is that been decided?
We don't know because Mike doesn't have the list.
Yeah. Every once in a while, guys, I fail. Epically.
Call that behind the scenes.
Like, I'll tell you my biggest epic fail today is not having gone and used the bathroom before this podcast. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway. So overall consensus, Alec, if you had to put a score on the man without fear, what would it be?
Oh man, I was gonna say something really bad, but
Don't do it. Don't do it, Alec. Resist the temptation.
I'm just gonna give it a normal 9 out of 10.
Normal 9 out of 10. That sounds good.
I'm giving the reverse of what Alex said.
God damn it, Josh!
What, you're giving it a 10 out of 9? How does that work?
What?
No, I'd probably give it about an 8 out of 10.
Of course you would. Let me guess, because the art, right?
Yes.
Come on, man. The art is not exactly what you'd call
No,
stellar.
it's not just the art. It's not just the art. There's a couple little things where I'm just like, eh. Like overall, it's a great, but I'm still 1 point off for the art, and then 1 point off for the taking a little while to actually draw me in.
I'll respect that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Isabell?
I give it a 9.
Sweet.
Out of a.
Oh, 9 out of 10. My man. And my room is suddenly dark again.
Yeah, we had that happen
Yeah, it
last
does
week.
that.
Weird.
Like the sun is out, and it just suddenly goes.
The sun is out? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
sun's out. Yeah. You can't tell because I have black curtains, but other than that.
You
We live in
can.
different parts of the United States, and my night sky is showing.
Yep, mine too.
Well, like the sun's setting right now for me.
Well, anyways,
I would end
Mike?
up giving this a 9.5 out of 10 because it was amazing. I love Frank Miller, and also because this was like my first deep exposure to the layers of Daredevil character. I mean, I'd read some of the comics before, and his comics can be pretty deep at times as far as his character is concerned, and he's changed a lot throughout the years, but this was just like the definitive Daredevil for me, so
really?
I'd give it
Okay,
9.5.
So I'm going to ask you a question then. Okay? Because I'm tired of people doing this. Why 9.5?
Why 9.5? Because if I give it a
what's
10,
the-
that
what's
means
the
I think it's
0.5?
flawless.
What's
And
the
the
0.5?
art was not up to snuff. So
the art was only worth a 0.5.
yeah, because the story was so good that it hooked me in, I could kind of
Well, I mean, if the
overlook
story was
art.
that good, I feel like you would have like rated it maybe a 0.3 or something like that.
Why 3?
0.5? No, I mean, I'm just because like it's
No
not
one
that
does
big of a
anything
deal,
on a
right?
3.
I'm
It's
just
always
saying. Like, where's the logic behind it, huh?
Okay,
Why
I'll
not a
give you,
9 out of 10?
okay, I'll
'Cause
give
it's
you
a
the
5.
logic. There was no Betty White in it. There you go.
Okay.
Good enough reason. Nobody white.
Why didn't you just say that in the first place?
Because I'm trying not to let you guys know about my obsessions, all right?
Does your family know about your obsessions?
Not even them.
What family?
All I have is Betty White's.
Yeah.
Well, no, Alec has Shaq. Mike has Betty White.
Yeah, so what do you have, Josh? What's going on in your closet, huh?
I have a
Skeleton, you got
Grant
Daredevil.
Gustin? You have a Grant
My
Gustin?
my shrine is to the Flash. You guys already know that.
It's still kind of creepy.
How's it creepy?
You got a shrine.
At least mine's imaginary.
Ooh. But that doesn't make it any better.
True.
Well, okay, then again, come on,
That
guys.
makes it
If
crazy.
you've seen Grant Gustin, come on.
I follow him on Instagram.
He's a good-looking dude.
I follow him. Ooh. If that makes it better.
Grant
Follow his
Gustin,
sister
hey.
too.
So
Anyway.
we have one last segment today, and I'm gonna let the DC people take the lead on this because I know absolutely
Crap, yeah, I
buckets
totally forgot about this.
about this character, and we're gonna do a character spotlight today on Vibe.
Cisco Ramon.
I completely forgot about a character spotlight this week.
Oh,
Fired. If you've never seen someone fired in real life,
Like when you said that right now, I was just like, we have another segment. What?
All right. Mike, let me ask you the question, because I'm pretty sure it's obvious. Who picked the character?
it was not me. I'll say that.
Isabell?
hi.
Was there a follow-up question, Alec? I feel like
No.
I'm on Jeopardy.
Are you hating on Vibe?
No, I'm not hating on Vibe. I just thought Josh. I thought Josh was the one who pitched him.
No.
It's me.
No, it was
Okay.
My
That
next
makes
pick
sense.
is whenever I go, it's going to be Mr. Miracle.
Why'd you say it? We're on
I said
air.
whenever. It's not going to be for like another 3 weeks now.
All right, well, sneak peek, guys. Sneak peek. Spoiler alert.
Eventually, we will
good.
talk about this person.
Okay, well, anyway, so Cisco Ramon, who wants to take it away?
Cisco Ramon, also known as Vibe, he is. I don't think he's that obscure, but he's just awesome within
He's like a B-rated character.
Yeah, but he's cool. He break dances.
Yeah, he does.
He break dances, and it's funny. And he's like, he does his break dances, and then he like manipulates freaking all this like,
Earth.
yeah. And he's just like, boom, there you go. I'm a boss.
He's
Does his
just
thing,
like them.
break dances, and walks out.
Okay, more specifically, his powers is dimensional based. So he's able to like create rifts and stuff throughout the through dimensions and everything like that, which happened. Well, at least in the New 52, it happened during the Dark Side. Not Dark Side. During the well, yeah, when Dark Side came. I was gonna say the Dark Side Wars, but that's not the Dark Side Wars.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
It happened during War, when the first Justice League thing. With mother boxes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He got something happened with his brother getting like kidnapped, and he tried to save him or whatever, and he got affected. I can't remember all this exactly. It's been a while since I read it. But yeah, his powers are dimensional based. Like you see it in the TV show how he's able to see through the dimensions, even though it was a different time period and thing, different time, future crap.
The same time
An
period.
alternate timeline.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
Well,
So yeah, he's able to like see through and like create like windows through and stuff, dimensions, and
Okay.
other stuff. But that's basically all I know because I forgot about this.
Good going, Josh.
Cisco
Agility
Ramon, aka
as well.
Vibe, probably best known for his appearance in the Flash television show, where he's the quirky science guy. Sorry, everybody on the internet, but that's not how he is in the comics. He's just a normal guy. He's not really quirky movie referencing Cisco, but that's okay because we don't have to talk about that one. We can talk about the TV one all day.
Do you think they're gonna start changing him in the comics because of how he is in the TV show?
I
Indubitably.
wouldn't put it past them.
I don't know because they already did a pretty good change with him recently with the New 52. I think they're probably. I don't even know if they're still doing anything with him in the New 52 though,
Well,
because
yeah,
I haven't read
yeah.
the Justice League of America is the one that he's in, right?
Yeah.
Or is he in International? I don't remember.
No, America. He's in America.
I
But,
need to get that today.
I feel like they would not change him up too drastically, just because like he's a B-rated character. Like no one's really buying comics for him, even though a lot of people would buy a Cisco comic if you just call it Cisco.
Yeah.
Cisco versus the world or something like that.
And just Cisco off doing random
I think
things.
once Cisco gets the name Vibe in the show, Vibe is gonna go. It's gonna explode temporarily, unless they have a good writer on it. It's not gonna last long. But Vibe #1s are gonna be gone
Jeff
for
Johns.
a while once they name him.
Yeah, Jeff Johns is the right vibe. It's like he could do him some justice. But no, Vibe in the comics is not a really interesting character, but he's still pretty interesting. He's really powerful. He's one of the most powerful people in the DC universe, in my opinion, just because his power of like dimensional rift transferring and stuff like that. But his original conception is that pretty much what they did with Pied Piper in the television show. That's him in the comics. Like where he could send vibrations through his body, shatter the earth or anything around him, change the air pressure, that kind of stuff. But like I said before, the Cisco that everyone is familiar with now, and the vibe that everyone relates to is Cisco Ramon from the Flash television show, which is an amazing portrayal of a character, and I think one of my favorite characters in television.
Cisco for the win.
Cisco FT Dubs.
Yes. His costume's weird though. Not gonna lie.
Well, let's just hope they don't do that. In the his costume is really weird.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just,
okay. He knows his costume's weird too, at least.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
If
It
they
is
know
weird.
that it's weird, why do they keep it?
Yeah.
Well, why do they keep the bunny ears on the bat bunny?
Don't get me started about bunny ears, Batman.
Like Jim
oh.
Gordon
I hate
comes
it.
up, he's like, "Why does
Yeah.
this look like a bunny?" And they're just like, "Oh, that's just how it looks."
Because
That was their explanation.
Oh yeah. Another fun fact about Cisco. His name is not Cisco.
it's
It's Francisco Ramon.
Francisco Ramon.
Oh yeah. Of course. Forgot. One of the biggest things around Cisco Ramon as a character, not only in the television show but in comics, is that he was one of the original portrayals of a Hispanic male that didn't adhere to any kind of stereotypes. Which yeah, he's like the go-to Spanish character in comic books, just because like his name's Cisco Ramon and he doesn't have salsa-based powers, anything like that.
Gosh, that'd be awful.
Salsa-based powers.
I don't know.
If anything, oh no, that's really bad. I'm gonna take that back. I'm not gonna say that.
What was that? Go ahead.
Now you kind.
Now everybody wants to know.
It's gonna be after the podcast because it is just god awful. I'm never gonna say that.
Say it.
Live.
Say
I'm
it.
not saying it live. It's really bad.
Okay.
I'm not saying it.
Did you not hear our whole discussion about Betty White?
Let's go back to Betty White.
Okay. So gathering a little more information on Cisco, just to prove how BA he is, he was trained by none other than the Batman in hand-to-hand combat.
Wow.
Now, is there something that you guys would like to see inside the television show? Like maybe seeing Arrow teach him how to fight?
Yeah,
That'd be
I would
cool.
like to see that.
Mm-hmm. And, like,
I'm
actually-
tired.
I like how he kind of already
Arrow.
tried with the salmon ladder.
Yeah, but
It wasn't
Yeah.
for real, but
no. The thing about this is that do you guys think that Cisco is going to play a more serious and prominent role in season 2? Or
No.
is he going to always stay the Cisco that we love and hold dear to our hearts?
I think he's gonna stay mostly the same. I think he may get a little more serious time to time, but for the most part he'll stay the same.
Okay, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to one. Okay, so the reason why we're all laughing, somebody on the podcast just posted something that they were afraid to say on air, but pretty much what they're saying-
just throwing them under the bus. Why don't you?
No, I'm somebody on the podcast. They were saying that if they wanted to give Cisco quote unquote Hispanic power, they should give him a super jumping ability. Come on, guys. Come on. That's gold.
That's horrible.
start this off. I am Hispanic, everybody. I speak
No,
Spanish.
but you see, it's a
what
valid
they all
point.
say.
It's a valid point because that would be pretty horrible. So it's true. It's a good thing they didn't go that direction. So, but I mean, think about way back in the day, they might have actually considered that, because
Super
people
jumping
didn't think.
ability?
Yeah, like people
There
didn't
probably is a salsa-based villain.
think
I'm gonna look
somewhere.
that up. I'm gonna Google that. Hold up.
Oh my god. Whew. I'm still thinking about that one.
I like how everyone stopped for a bit just to be like,
We're just like, what just happened?
I was trying to continue it going without without reacting, but I could not laugh.
Anyway, another random fact about Cisco is that because of his powers, for some reason, he is undetectable by security cameras.
Interesting. That's
That's cool.
that's a good power to have if you're a villain.
Just security cameras though,
That's what it says.
So like if I had a webcam on and there wasn't a security camera,
because I was thinking like he's not. So he's like a really crappy Mr. Terrific then in that point, anyways.
Well, okay, by a quote from Amanda Waller herself in Justice League of America Vibe number 3, she says, and I quote, Cisco Ramon might be one of the most powerful superhumans on the planet. He wields vibrational powers that could, in theory, shake the Earth apart. And he's the only person we know who can find and track interdimensional breaches, allowing him to be undetectable by security cameras.
So if he wanted to be detected, he could.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing too. The reason that that Amanda Waller wants him, other than the fact that he's powerful, is because they need someone who can do like interdimensional things and stuff that's not the Flash.
Now
They want someone they can.
They also wanted
What?
They also wanted an equal equality team, so they needed to put a Spanish guy in there.
Yeah.
Equality.
We're all in this together. Anyway.
I was thinking Michael Jackson's on Black and White.
Oh man, that's going way back. It's the 90s.
Another fun fact about Vibe, just found this out, is that it's funny they actually include him in the Flash series, because with his vibrational powers and his interdimensional travel powers, he is one of the few characters in the DC universe that poses a serious threat to the Flash, because he could just mess up the whole Speed Force if he wanted to.
Interesting.
Let's just be thankful that this guy's on our team.
Yay.
For now.
As
I
long
don't think he'd ever go bad.
No, neither. Never neither. I can't imagine him ever. Can you imagine Cisco in like television Cisco bad?
No. See, what I have for him
Oh
is
my god.
a little tiny cub of a bear trying to like beat up his mom.
You know,
And
funny.
she's just like, "Yes, sweetie, it's okay. Just keep trying to pretend like you're bad."
For the longest time, and I think I'm gonna redo this on Skype. My icon was the episode wherever Harrison Wells kills Cisco. Cisco crying because it's just so heartbreaking. He's just like,
Because it's Cisco. You don't kill Cisco.
I thought you saw me as a son.
Yeah, that was something. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
No, like after that, I was like, no, they can't do that. I was so
The
mad.
funny thing is that Cisco just let him. He's like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna piece your heart now. All right, just do it. He's like that one baby that just like drops his ice cream. He's like, it happened. Oh my gosh. Well, that was shining the spotlight on Cisco. What do you guys think about Cisco? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below.
Definitely. And I think... Go ahead, Alec.
I was going to say, what do you guys think is going to happen in Season 2? How are they going to work his powers into the Flash?
What do you think of Shaq as an actor?
What do you think of Shaq as Cisco in the animated universe? Mind blown.
I say, what are we waiting for? Get him on the phone.
Hashtag Shaq the Green Lantern.
And while we're at it, let's just recast Betty White as Caitlin Snow. It just makes sense. Betty White's Caitlin Snow, Killer Frost. Boom! Perfect.
Dude, Shaq should be Jon Stewart in the TV show. There you go.
That would be amazing. I make Green Lantern constructs. That was my Shaq impression.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of sounded like more like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I thought it was Pee Wee Herman. I didn't.
That was...
I actually like that show.
You would.
Why not?
Oh. I think on that note, we are going to close out for this episode.
Yes, we are.
All right.
So, Alec, you are like the boss when it comes to closeouts. So why don't you do the honors?
Shaq for president.
Did you guys like this podcast? If you did so, just leave a like and the thumbs up. If not, then just leave a like anyway. What do you have to lose? Anyway, let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. And don't be afraid to leave a discussion. We'll reply. I promise you. And maybe if you give us a good comment or share our video, we'll take you out to dinner. How's McDonald's sound? A happy meal? All right, well, thank you.
And that's a wrap. We are
Squirrel
signing
girl loves
out.
you.
Squirrel girl.